So, good evening, all. Ira Epstein with your SPDR ETF stock market wrap-up, and this wrap-up is for Tuesday. And we're sitting here now at the 9th of September, 2025. A mixed day, but S&P's another record, right into that. You're looking at the markets, sort of a mixed picture. Gold was down, silver was down today. We saw the dollar come up again. We're looking at Amazon up another 240. Look at Netflix. That took off. It had resistance in the 1050s. Is this the beginning of a breakout? It could be. So we got to pay attention to that one more time. Let's take a look, though, before I get too far along here with what you have tomorrow. You have the Mortgage Bankers Association number, and that's going to come out at 6. Producer prices, both core and, of course, final demand. So August final demand PPI up 0.3, and they expect the core up 0.3. Interesting that they're both up that much. July wholesale inventories come out at 9. And for those of you that are Oracle fans, all I can say is the stock is up near 27% in the aftermarket. It's not that they beat on earnings. Did they beat on revenue? Not really. But what happened? Expected backlog, look at this, is now $455 billion, up from $138 billion in the fourth quarter. Now, this goes out for a few years, but what's the difference? Take a look at what's going on. This, my friends, shows you that even Oracle, who came to the party late, if you've got anything on the cloud, away it goes. You know what it does to stocks that look at that, like Nvidia? Nvidia is up in the aftermarket. While it finished up 245 here, it's up another 4 or 5% in the aftermarket, because who do you think's chips they're buying? And if they've got that type of backlog, where are you? So people that think that, oh, this AI, it's running out of steam, it's not running out of steam. This is the beginning plays of it. Yeah, there'll be shakeouts and so on, but you've got pretty good markets going here. Now, I'm looking in Canada, and I see the two miners are coming together, forming a larger copper concern, and that sort of put down, I'm thinking in a way, what Freeport did. You can see how this copper manufacturer fell back today. You stepped out of the uptrend. You have a higher high, lower low on the swing line. Swing lines are what I connect. Most of you are very used to it, as you know, looking at a chart like this. But you don't know when people say, well, the market's making higher highs, higher lows, or lower highs, lower lows. Where are those? By creating an indicator that I did, I'm going to go back now, I'm thinking it through, about 27 years ago, for my son, who's now in his 40s, where he could walk into a room and put this on a chart and tell people what they had. And he would walk in and say, hey, you've got a higher high and lower low. It's really not trending at this point in time. And he'd be right. The bias in the market, I didn't bother to teach him till he got older, but the bias comes in wherever you're at in relation to the 18-day average of closes. Notice how the market pulled right back to it, as it so often does if it rallies up. It fights a battle at these numbers, trying to figure out what's going to be next. So on the chart, I don't see a trend. I see the bias as now pretty neutral in the market. It stopped at the Bollinger Band several times. That kept refraining, holding back, retaining is really the word I want, retaining the rally, and you lost your bullish momentum. But when you lost it, you already fell back to the objective. Could it go even further down? Of course it could, but it doesn't have to, is my point. Oklo had an outside day to the upside. It took out both the high and low of Monday. You can see that here. It's on its way, maybe. As long as you don't take out today's lows, the objective in the market is the upper Bollinger Band on one of the techniques that I use. Netflix, right back to the upper Bollinger Band, fighting the battle. It's overbought. I had been putting out, again, new buys. We've been in and out of this so many times for my subscribers, but we had put out buy signals over the weekend, and I yanked them because you're in overbought territory. I'll let the market come to me. If not, there's other things to look at. United Healthcare, they looked at the quality of the people that they've got in their Medicare programs, and now they're going to get a lot more money from the government apparently, is this going to be a breakout to the upside? It could. So this has your embedded reading. It's trying to make its move. We'll see if it can do it. Home Depot backed off where it should from the upper Bollinger Band. It's an overbought market. I'd wait for something better on the chart. You're getting that follow through in Robinhood from it making it finally into the S&P 500. I think it's September 23rd it gets listed. So you often get bids ahead of that, and then as the market gets in there, they take some of that out. That's often the case, not always. Tesla, higher lows, higher highs, got again up to the Bollinger Band. And how often does it stop there and try to get back to that 18-day average? Fairly often. In Joby, you are flirting, or did you lose the bearish embedded reading? You lost it. So before this market goes back down here, I'm looking for it to be challenging about $1 higher into the 1440s. We'll see if it's able to do that or if it takes this low out first. Now, the only time it can re-embed is the day after an event where it loses it. So tomorrow's going to be the key day for it. In XLF, you're just sitting here at the 18-day average, void of a trend as I see it. In the industrial sector, you completely are refusing to get back over that 18-day average. I've talked about this morning after morning in my subscriber video. It's in a downtrend, but each time it's going to the Bollinger Band, it's finding support down there. Then we get over to the energies. Now, the U.S. has said it would join, this happened today, it would join Europe if they would go into tariffs on China and India, and the U.S. would join into up to 100% tariff. That's if Europe would do that. Europe's not going to do that. I mean, I'll be really blown away. It is one way to get this war and cut off Russia's money, but the U.S. is in a hard position. It can't do this on its own. It needs Europe. And what if China says to the United States in this, you know something? We're not going to send you magnets, rare earths. Big problem. So a lot of this is talk. A lot of it is meant to show Russia, I think, what it can do, but I'm not expecting much out of it. In the gold market, everything eventually gets a correction. Be careful. You're starting to lose the momentum here if it gets lost. And I didn't say it's lost. If it gets lost, you can get some downside. Right now, the market acts like a market that, as usual, doesn't want to stay over the Bollinger Band. And in silver, you're backing away from it. So tomorrow's going to be an important day. Since both are still embedded, early morning action will dictate what I tell my subscribers to do. If you haven't gotten onto my subscriber part, you want to, because we're trading quite a bit of gold and silver at this point. As you look at the copper market, same thing, embedded. And the copper market was up today, a penny, big deal on it. But you saw the Freeport did back off a little bit. BND trying to come back, in my opinion, under the upper Bollinger Band. TLT's doing the same type of thing. And one more time, you couldn't make it through the lows in the Bollinger Band in UUP or to the upside in FXE, and both getting thrown back. And the first thing I told traders this morning in this, I said, I still see sideways action, and all that's going to happen, I think, in this market is you're going to churn people up. Maybe you got to get tomorrow's PPI and CPI out of the way in order to know where you're going. If you haven't tried my research and you'd like to get a free shot at it, you can do so by going to IraEpstein.com, free offers. All of the research products we have are right here. You choose the ones you want. They'll go into a cart for you. They're free. You put in your information at the bottom and you can get it. You can also click on the icons up here at any point to get them. I'm Ira Epstein. You have yourself a great evening. Watch the other videos, and I'll catch up with you in the morning as we discuss the PPI, what it might mean. Take care.